Welcome back to my page, Two Fit Twan. Two Fit Twan's about to get deep on y'all because life is more than fitness. I don't know about y'all, but I have a life outside of fitness. There's more to this world than working out. Yes, working out is obviously fun and I love doing it, but there's much deeper stuff in life than working out. I'm not just gonna be on here hitting the same flexes, okay? I'm deep. Come walk with me. So I don't know about you guys, but I've always been, a believer of God, Jesus, having my faith, but that doesn't really get tested and you don't understand the extent of it until you go through hardship. Now, there's nothing against people who, grow up, privileged, their parents gave them whatever they want. Like, I'm glad they didn't have to deal with struggle because at the end of the day, struggle, it's hard, and tests your mental toughness, it tests your faith, it tests a lot, okay? But I feel like people who don't go through that struggle, they don't really get the extent of faith because they really never had to lean on, faith in God to get them through hardship. People who go through a bunch of trial and error and have a, tough upbringing, tough growing up, that's really the only thing they have to lean on. And lately, throughout my life, through the last 3 to 4 months, it's been tough. I've been going through a lot of stuff mentally that, I might share with you guys when the time is right. But just know I have been battling every day. And sometimes I wake up in a good mood. Sometimes I wake up in a shitty mood. But it's about how are you going to respond to that? Am I going to sit in here and have my whole day go to shit because I just woke up in a bad mood and I feel like the whole world is against me? Or am I going to, man up, take a deep breath, take a walk, enjoy nature, and really think to myself, the only person who's going to get this thing rolling and get me out the situation is myself. But this is where faith becomes a huge thing because I got self-isolated. I got isolated, okay? And there's many reasons because of it. I may not know the answer now. All I know is I needed to make a lot of lifestyle changes and I needed to get in tune with my faith because when I put God first in my life, obviously, you're always going to go through something, but life was smooth. I was starting out my day, waking up around 30 to 45 minutes before I had to see a client in college before I had practice. And I would start my day with reading my favorite scriptures. I had 2 devotional books, and then I also had a journal that I wrote my goals on, and I would read them to myself every day. And that just helped me start my day positive by putting God first, by reading his word of encouragement. Everyone thinks you have to, and this is just my opinion, everyone thinks you have to go to church to have a relationship with God. And me personally, yes, church is good, but there's also people who sin all week and go to church on Sunday. As soon as they get out of church, they're back to sinning again. What good is that going to do? I feel like me personally, I like a personal relationship with God because I feel like it's him and me walking. I feel like I can just sit here and talk to him like I'm talking to you guys right now. It's a personal, deep connection with him because at the end of the day, the Bible and all these rules, like these commandments, they lay a foundation for you to follow. But what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to, go one time a week and think that's going to save you or that's going to put you in the best position to be saved and live a happy life? If you want something in life, you have to work for it. It's not going to come to you. You're not just going to wake up magically and everything's going to be like here. God's not going to say, here you go, Antoine. You want to be a top content creator. You want to model. You want this and that. Oh, here you go, without working for it. Now, the thing is, anyone who has made it and is successful in life, they go through plenty of trial and error. They go through plenty of times where shit does not look like it's going to work at all. People are laughing, people are mocking them. They really, in terms of, how people want to say it, they look like a joke to society. But they decide to put their best foot forward and continue to progress. Now, I will say, obviously, especially content creation wise, you should, figure out what works, what doesn't. It's all about evolving and continuing to better yourself. But it's about not quitting when you hit that stump. When you hit that plateau, like what are you going to do? What are you going to do when God is kind of just puts everything in a standstill. Like, are you going to get upset and say, God, like, why are you doing this to me? Why is this not working? Or are you going to rely on him? I believe everything in life is a test. Now, I feel like sometimes I give better advice than I could take myself because, again, yesterday, woke up in a good mood and I was creating content or kind of looking at my overview on YouTube Studio, and you know, stuff's been good, stuff's been progressing, but I was like why isn't it popping off? But I got to realize that great things take time. Stuff's not just going to happen overnight. Not for me, not for you. You know, some people are very fortunate enough to be able to, you know, pop off and, you know, create something and build something strong, you know, overnight. But in order to maintain and really build a community and have people that actually follow you and believe in you, and you're going to take them somewhere, it's a slow grind. You build a community, you interact with people. It's just a process. You got to trust the process, and that's what I'm kind of doing right now. And I wouldn't be here breathing right now if it wasn't for God. I low-key got out of touch with it for a while, and I was putting things before God. Different things, like some type of substance. I'm not going to name it right now, guys. Kind of looks like the you know, the greenery around here. Anyways, we got right. I got my priorities straight. I'm putting God first. I already feel better. I've let go of anything or anyone who wanted to leave, wanted to go out my life, or that just wasn't for me in this phase of life. I have no resentment, no hatred, no animosity towards anyone, because in the Bible, it literally says, forgive others like Jesus forgave you. Like, you forgive others like God forgives you. Because it takes more energy to focus on negativity and holding on to something than it is to just let it go and let it be. Because you can't control other people. You can't control how other people feel about you, how they're gonna react. You can't control other people, so you have to realize that some stuff, it is what it is, okay? Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it sucks, but the sun comes up, the sun comes down. It's not gonna stop for anybody. And being 26 years old right now, time is going by way too fast. When I was in high school, even in college, I used to hear my parents and people always say, you know, time flies, like just wait. And in college, I swear I used to go to practice, class, take naps, run a marathon. It'd be like freaking 4 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm like, damn, this, like, I feel like I've had like 3 days and it's not even half the day. And on top of that, the semester ain't even over. I still got class. And now I blink, it's Monday. I blink again, it's Friday. And then it's back to Monday. It's crazy how time flies. But what I want to really get across is get in tune with your faith, especially when you get isolated, because when you have nothing and you go through that struggle, faith is the only thing you can rely on. Yes, you could, if you're fortunate enough to have friends and family to lean on, but God's gonna pull you out of everything. And I just want you guys to know who I believe in and where my faith is at, because I think that's very important to express. And I think it's very important to, you know, show gratitude and give thanks to the Lord for giving me this platform, giving me this opportunity. Small things people take for granted. I'm able to walk. Imagine how many people in the world there are in a wheelchair that wish they could even take 2 steps. Imagine how many people wish they could sit here and breathe fresh air. Imagine how many people are on breathing tubes and all this other stuff. Now, those things are easy to take for granted because, you know, you just wake up every day and, you know, it is what it is. And some people were born a different way. Some people were in accidents that caused them to have it. And especially people who were like in accidents, they weren't expecting ever to not walk again. They weren't expecting to not, you know, being able to like breathe normally. And we just gotta take, you know, a moment to recognize that and appreciate life. But I really would say, if you wanna succeed in life, keep God first and foremost and work hard. Because if you're putting in 110% effort, God's going to double that effort. God's gonna double anything that you thought you lost. Now, I can sit here in my life, yes, I've lost a lot. I've lost a ton of things, family members, possessions, jobs. Well, actually, I've never lost a job, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap, I haven't lost a job. I'm very fortunate to, you know, be able to have jobs and, you know, work hard at them and keep them. But on that topic, there are a lot of people that lose their jobs. So if you've lost your job, I'm very sorry to hear that, but just know God has something better for you and better in store for you. So don't get discouraged, especially, you know, people that get laid off with families. Like, that's horrible. It's horrible for anyone to get laid off, but just trust the process, get on LinkedIn, make connections, do what you got to do to get back on your feet. Back to the topic, succeeding in life. God's going to pay you back for all those losses you took. But you always gotta you can't be scared to sit here and say his name, say what you believe in, give him the glory and credit. There's tons of people who, you know, start off like me right now, you know, just starting off their page, and some, you know, they get big and then all of a sudden, oh, like, how'd this happen? How'd that happen? And they ain't saying God, they're like, I did all this shit. I did all this shit. And I'm never gonna be like that. And I don't care what anyone says. Yes, money does change people. But when you have a good heart and you're letting God lead your life seriously, not just the fake Christian, fake word stuff. When you let God lead your life and you really believe in him and trust in him and you have a genuine heart, you're not gonna change. I get people mature. I get people grow. But you to the core should never change. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I get it. People mature, people get in different industries in life, people succeed. These people are over here, these people over there. But you should never change who you are to the core. I just can't grasp that concept. And, you know, maybe people are sitting here watching like, you're stupid, you're supposed to change and whatnot. But your heart and who you are to the core, your soul is not supposed to change. Like, a big thing about me is I lead with my heart. Like, my heart overpowers my brain sometimes. And, you know, that's a good thing and a bad thing, because people will see that genuineness. I'll make a lot of people happy. I'll brighten people's day. Bad thing is people can take advantage of it. For example, there's a lot of people that, you know, let's just say there's talking to a stranger and the stranger likes to talk a lot, tell a lot of stories, okay? There's a lot of people that will literally, like, just straight up, flat out walk away without saying bye. Like, I'm tired of hearing your shit, go. Me, on the other hand, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna stay engaged with them. And obviously if I have to go, I'll leave and, like, I'll tell them. But I'm never going to, you know, belittle somebody or make them feel irrelevant. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're LeBron James. I don't care if you are a homeless person. I'm going to treat you the same. I'm not gonna look at a homeless person and look down on them because they're in their situation. I don't know what happened with them. They could have been a millionaire and some like the cards could have played out where they lost everything and now they can't get back on their feet. And, you know, vice versa, like a LeBron James or a celebrity. What celebrity? I'll just go with, I'll go with Will Smith since he likes to slap people. I don't know. I'll never like they're a person. Like, there's people with these celebrities, like, it's nice to, like, you know, look up to them, but people glorify them and idolize them and put them above God, their family. There's people who are like just like gazing at them, like if they see them, they'll faint. It's like, dog, yes. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not cool to meet a celebrity or like a professional athlete, and it's not like, you know, it's not a big deal. But at the end of the day, they bleed red like we do. They do the same stuff we do. They just have a huge platform that they're able to showcase that on or showcase their talent on. And I don't know. That's just, I'm just very humble. I've been around it with sports. Like, I'm used to that stuff. And I just don't get fazed by that stuff, because at the end of the day, people are people, and you should just treat everyone the same, no matter where they come from. The thing I'm starting to understand at this age is nothing is worth compromising your peace. Not anyone, not anything, nothing is worth compromising your peace. If you don't have your peace, you are going to be unstable. Shit's just not gonna go good, because when you get into self-pity and you get into depression, and I know some people have this, you know, genetically are built different, but when you get in that tumble effect and you start going down that pit, it is very hard to get out of it. And trust me, I know that. After I didn't get drafted in 2021, I got in that pit. I think my max weight was 218. Like, I was chunky. I went from like working out like every day to working out maybe like 3 days a week, and then sometimes that would dwindle and it wouldn't even be that. And I got into a bad state of mind where I felt like I just got content with my life and I just wasn't making progress. And that's like the first time in my life I could admit that, you know, I kind of got complacent. Like, I've always been the hardest worker. In college, or in high school, in college, just really throughout my life, I've always been goal driven and always been a go-getter. But that stage in my life, it was a bad stage, but I pulled myself out of it. But it took a whole lot. Oh my God, we're gonna get hit by a car. Skid. Oh! It took a lot to get out of it, but by the grace of God and, you know, putting him first, working hard, I got out of it. But back to my peace stuff. So a thing about me, guys, I communicate very well, but sometimes I like to bounce around topics, but it's okay. You guys are following me. You guys get it. At the end of the day, I'm really just trying to spread a positive message. So if it's not scripted and structured and outlined like most of these gurus or whatever you guys watch are doing, so be it. I'm giving you raw, organic footage. It's like I was built at Whole Foods. You feel me? But anyways, protect your peace at all costs, because when you protect your peace, your mind's gonna be on straight. And when your mind's straight, you're gonna have your goals in order. You're gonna have tunnel vision, okay? There's gonna be a lot of shit that goes on in your life, to the left, to the right of you, everywhere. But make sure you protect your peace so you can get what you want in life. Now, it's okay to have emotions. It's okay to feel certain things. But if someone is taking your peace away and they're not bringing you comfort, then I'm sorry to tell you, they're either not the right one for you, or it's just not your time to be with that person. And it took me a while to get that, but that's one of the best pieces of advice I can give you, is protect your peace. You're just gonna feel a whole lot better. You're not gonna feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You're not gonna be on guard, on edge, easily irritated. You're going to be in perfect harmony. And a way to get that peace is legit. Walk outside, enjoy nature, put your phone on D&D for a little bit. I like to listen to music, Juice WRLD, but there also are times where I just, no headphones, no phone, just listening to birds chirp. You know, when I'm in Chicago, listen to the water swish around, you feel me? I'll be back in Chicago soon, guys, don't worry. But just take that time to unwind, because life can get stressful, whether that's in career, school, relationships. Life can get overwhelming to the point where you just don't see anything through. You think there's never gonna be an end to this misery. But I'm here to tell you guys, there is an end. But you have to persistently and consistently work at it day in, day out. Every day's a new day. If today wasn't the best day, guess what? Before you go to sleep, kind of think about what happened in that day, but also think about what you want your future to look like. So therefore you go to sleep on a good note. And again, some shit happens and some stuff in your life is gonna, you know, prevent that. But do your best to come to center and end the night on a positive note, so you can go to sleep with your mind more at ease, more in a better state of mind, because 9 times out of 10, you'll wake up in a better mood, opposed to if you are, you know, on the angrier side, on the depressed side, just feeling different type of emotions that usually weigh you down in a negative way. Protect your peace at all costs. Here's the outro, guys. So we just wrapped it up with a real Twan Talks walking edition. This is episode 1. Stay tuned for the series to continue. Now, I might not give it to y'all every week because it's a lot of stuff for you guys to, you know, think about, digest. But just know these are coming more often, because I feel like it's my duty and my purpose in life to help guide y'all. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm the most educated or the most, you know, give the best advice. 1, I have a master's degree, so I am educated. 2, I've been through a lot of shit, so I do give good advice. So I think it's my calling to be able to share that with you guys and to be able to give you helpful information. If I could just help one person from this video, it's worth it for me, because That one person's going to turn into 2, that 2 will turn into 10, and it's just going to continue to multiply. And I'm going to bring a lot of people with me. And realistically, I want y'all to know, and I'm going to be straight up with y'all. Like, I'm not pushing anything on y'all, but I'm telling you, God is real, and keep him first, bro. I'm telling you, keep God first, work hard, and everything will take off. Be patient. I feel like I'm playing receiver. Be patient. And that's the hardest part, to be patient and be still when you see nothing happening. But trust me, if you keep applying that pressure, you're gonna get your breakthrough. It's like a dam with like a little crack on it. Like, let's just say water keeps pouring in, pouring in. The more water that keeps rushing in and the more pressure that's applied, that dam is finally gonna burst open, and that is your breakthrough. There's the analogy of the year. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna curse. That is the analogy of the fucking year. So take what I have to say, let it digest, let it fuel you, let it inspire you, let it motivate you to have the life that you want. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. Go follow my IG _Antwan Davis. My TikTok is 2FitTwan, just like my YouTube. And stay tuned. I'll see y'all next week. Love y'all.